the same height.
Yeah, I
very
remember
close.
they were around the same height.
They're just as
remember what
hairy
Adam
as each
looked
other,
like.
though.
Mm-hmm.
Well, speaking about hairy dogs,
Yeah.
do we want to get to this week's episode
Look,
of Reflex?
he was never going to top last week's segue.
What was last week's
That was a
segue?
strong backup, I must say.
Yeah. Do you guys remember what happened last week? Which was
Some bad
definitely
dude
last week.
Died, I don't know.
We killed Zardarok, and then we found like a metric ton of Charlotte on his body.
Yeah.
And-
And then we proceeded to, Svieta proceeded to try and murder Horacio, so there's that.
You got
I
mind
did
control.
too. I was so sorry.
So-
We used his glove to get into the treasure room.
Yeah.
And then
Yes.
there was like a reference to a semi-popular Netflix TV series in the chest, and then
Yeah.
Svieta failed a charisma saving throw, as she does.
Yes.
And I was put to sleep, and then we went upstairs and we rubbed Charlene all over the map.
Yeah, there was a
It
bit of
very
rubbing.
important.
And I took the statue as a souvenir.
Yes.
Going on my
Little
mantelpiece.
Shadow Dragon.
That one time you nearly killed our cleric.
And then,
I'll build that scene.
Yeah.
so you're actually slightly wrong. That was the last 2 weeks in total.
Yes. The killing of the bad guy, and then...
The killing of Zardarok
Last week
also included a
was the
gecko
treasure
wave,
room.
Yeah.
which was the week before. Last week, in fact, was getting to the treasure room and also the fight with inter-party dynamics.
The rave that was also smooth jazz.
Yeah, I don't know which one's better, that it was like a full rave or that it was smooth jazz.
Jen looked it up and she was like,
Smooth
Gecko's
jazz.
like smooth and...
It's true.
Because
Jazz.
they are smooth.
Makes sense.
But the very last thing that happened was that you were back with Otto and Dogcliff at your sled in the little cave. We've just been discussing how there must have been a mini adventure for Otto to also have leveled up. Otto got Dogcliff to also have leveled up
He
when you were
stayed
away.
just within range.
Just within range. Oh, I see. He was staying within XP range that whole time.
We never actually left the map, so we
Right.
yeah.
He was leeching XP, I see.
Farming.
So, for anyone else, I have increased Otto and Dogcliff's stats to keep up with the rest of the players. But before we get down to the very end of that episode, which was you were approached by someone in a sled, actually there was a number of sleds that pulled up, you guys all leveled up. So,
Right.
Baby.
hell yeah!
Woo!
Hell yeah.
So, I would like us first to go through the level up. I don't even know who I started with last time, so Andy, you're up first. Because I know you are the most prepared individual out of everyone.
I doubt that. So, I just took...
We've been talking about this barbarian level. I'm very interested to see how you go.
If I could have taken a level in Barbarian, I would have. I'll have you know.
Yes.
But I was very limited with my multi-classing options, so I just went another level in Warlock.
Okay.
I didn't get a whole lot of exciting things. I got an additional spell that I can learn. Still same amount of slots. I got a otherworldly patron feature,
Ooh.
which
Whoa.
is a cursed spectre, and you'll find out about that later.
Oh.
What else did I do? I swapped out one of my Eldritch invocations.
Right. Because, the Warlock's very variable like that.
Yeah, so I figure the upcoming couple of episodes, or at least this level, is going to be less deception persuasion based and probably a lot more fighting. So I swapped out my Beguiling Influence for Eldritch Mind, so I now have advantage on con saves to maintain concentration.
Okay.
So
Cool.
hopefully I'll have a lot more hexing to do.
Okay.
That makes sense, because you're casting spells, you're always in the thick of it.
Yeah. What else did I do? I think that's actually it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be interested to see how that all plays out, and I don't like the fact that you've metagamed and decided that surely there's going to be a lot of combat coming up, but we'll see how that turns out as well.
We've got a dragon coming up.
That's true. It's just a feeling. Just a feeling. All right, let's move across the table in diagonal to Zimma.
So, normally for the regular bard,
Oh, the regular bard.
the regular
bard.
bard, I get counter charm,
Okay.
which is a cool ability which may or may not come up, where when someone affects to like mentally affect my friends, I can allow them to re-roll with advantage to break the charm or fear effect.
Oh, that's kind of nice.
Charm or fear.
It would have come in handy just last game.
It's true.
Yeah.
He wasn't leveled then. I don't know what to tell
Yeah,
you.
so I have to do it as an action on my turn. And they must be able to hear me, obviously, because it's a performance. I play music to help them. Now, the thing that I get from being a lore bard, though, is much more interesting, where I get magical secrets. I get to take 2 spells of any spell level up to the ones I can cast, so up to 3rd level, but they can be from any class.
So almost literally any spell.
Any spell
to
of
3rd
3rd level or lower,
Wait,
and I just add them to my spell list, and I can just cast them forever now.
That's
Wait,
awesome.
what?
Yep.
Wow.
You can take Coal Lightning.
It's true.
It's true. I can take Cold
true.
Lightning.
That's great.
Now, I have an idea of the spell that I want, of one of the spells that I want to take for this. It's a secret. I'm gonna, but I will be
secret.
casting it at the first opportunity I get. So don't worry, it won't be a secret for very long.
Okay.
But yes, they are my magical secrets, and they will be revealed in due time.
So juicy.
Is the secret spell the one we discussed?
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm still not happy about it, but we'll keep going anyway.
He has okayed this. I did bring this up well in advance.
We will play it by ear, though.
You should have consulted the tables and not.
No, this is.
No, I reckon it's
No,
gonna be
you guys
something-
are all going to see it, and you're all going to like 100. You're going to be 100% on board.
Excellent.
It's something brutal, probably, and otherwise Callan wouldn't have questioned it or been happy about it.
Yeah.
Its inclusion.
There's various reasons,
So I
but
reckon
we
it's
will
going to be
get
pretty
to it.
intense.
I'm putting my money on a wizard spell, but I could be very wrong.
Well, is there anything else you'd like to share about Carnelian at this level? Or is
That's it.
Okay. So you've gone the extra level in Bard. I'm still waiting to see if anyone's cross-class, so let's move over to Horatio. Tim, what have you done for Horatio this level?
So he's got one more spell to add to his daily repertoire and one more cantrip. Same number of spell slots, so same as Andrew there. The one additional feature that he does get as a grave domain cleric is it's called Sentinel at Death's Door. So as a reaction, when myself or a creature that I can see within 30 feet suffers a critical hit, I can turn it into a normal hit. Just as a reaction. Say, no, that's not a crit now.
Okay.
That's awesome.
How many times can you use that a limited number of times? Is it?
So I can use it 3 times per long rest.
I see. Okay, that's pretty handy.
And any effects that are triggered by the critical hit are cancelled.
Right. Yep.
So,
So cool.
That
No
is
crit.
nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you just have to look at me and yell, "No crit!"
no, Callan, no
Just slap his
crit.
hand.
Just to be clear here, just because I heard it around the table a little bit, and some people will probably be raging in some Reddit comment somewhere. When we talk about spell slots that are changing, the level of the spell slots have changed, but I'm pretty sure you got an extra level 3 spell slot to cast per day, for example. Andy won't have as a warlock because they're pretty limited, but pretty sure the bard and the cleric and possibly the...
Oh, I do get
Druid.
additional third. I haven't gone
Yeah.
through that. Sorry, yes, I've got 3 now.
Yeah, I do have 1 additional spell learnt and 1 additional third
Spell
level
per day.
slot.
Correct.
You fancy spellcasters.
But they haven't
with
gone
your
up-
slots.
They haven't gone up to 4th level, though. Fancy spellcasters. He says, I can get all my spells back on a short rest.
Yeah, well, how many short rests have we had? You never let me.
3
How
in
many
the last
long-
3 in the last dungeon.
Let's not talk about long rests, shall we?
Okay, if there's nothing else you'd like to share about Horatio, then we go to lucky last, Svieta. So Jen, Sveta's taking a level in Druid.
Yeah, I get 1 more 3rd level spell
Excellent.
to cast, and I finally get my circle feature, which means all my attacks are magical damage.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah.
For the purposes of overcoming magical resistance, is that? Or, yeah.
So anything that says it's resistant or to like piercing or whatever's irrelevant,
Physical, not, yeah.
bludgeoning,
Yeah.
it will just penetrate, and that's really
Hell yeah.
nice.
Is that when you're an animal only? Like if you
Yeah,
hit
so
with like a mace or whatever?
No, my attacks in beast form count as magical for the purpose of overcoming resistance and immunity to non-magical attacks and damages.
Considering how much he's in beast form, that's
I mean,
pretty potent.
if she's not in base form, she can just shillelagh them.
Yeah.
There's always an option for you to shillelagh people, yes.
And I also... my beast form is now for 3 hours.
Ooh.
And it's CR2.
Oh my god!
I'm so excited. I can be a polar bear.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Or a cave bear.
Oh, at the very
Or
least
a
you've
cave
seen
bear.
one of those. For sure.
Or maybe a mammoth?
Oh,
No.
what about a baboon?
Can I? I think a baboon's a quarter.
Yeah, can you become like 8 baboons?
Turn into a swarm.
Can you fly yet, or is that is that higher level still?
Just imagining friggin' shadow clones all over again. Just 8 fucking baboons.
Yeah, shadow boons.
Shadow boon no jutsu.
I don't like that word.
Boon. Well, you're gonna have to get used to it because I'm pretty sure Tim's just made it a table thing.
The word boon been used for some time.
Ed Boon.
No, level 8.
Okay.
Okay, still a bit to go there. Alright, well, before we do launch properly into this as well, I would like to congratulate you guys a little bit. I'm not going to go into detail about chapter numbers, but suffice to say that you did just complete a chapter as well.
Yay.
A number of these chapters basically run concurrently, so that's why I'm not telling you roughly where you're at and things, just to keep the mystery. But you have completed another chapter of this book, so congratulations.
Yeah.
Ripper.
Yay!
We're the best.
We are.
Yep.
I don't see anybody else saving Icewind Dale.
Yeah,
Cuts to
shit.
the dragon boning down.
We're the saviors of the 10 towns. Alright, well,
Walks down there like single-handedly fighting a dragon.
well, let's get down to business to defeat the
Hun.
dragon.
The Huns.
No, the dragon. There's no Huns in here. This is a fantasy war setting. Are you silly? We left off when there was a couple of sleds approaching you as you were sort of working out what you wanted to do next. And a figure on one of the sleds addressed you. And they said, "Could I be of assistance?"
You should probably. You've got a lot of sleds there. We're trying to get somewhere quickly. I could be assisting. Who are you?
This figure is cocooned in cold weather gear, with just barely their face peeking out. You can see a couple of wrinkle marks around the eyes, like crow's feet, and other lines that would indicate a little bit of advanced age. And on her shoulder is perched a snowy owl. She steps off the cart with heavy winter gloves. "Actually, I believe I've been looking for all of you for some time. You're very hard to track down. My name is Veline Harpel. At your service." So she approaches you and pulls off one of her gloves and sticks it out as if to shake.
Cool owl. What's its name? And I'll shake her hand.
"Oh, thank you very much."
Can I just
Everything's
really
frozen.
while you're doing that, can I just casually observe the handshake if there's anything magical going on?
Yeah, absolutely. "Oh, you like my familiar? This is Cedric."
He's
Topical.
beautiful.
He's topical.
Diggory.
Beautiful and topical.
Thanks.
What are you doing here? Why have you been trying to find us?
"Well, I have a value proposition I think that you will quite enjoy. However, on my way here, I did notice a big fuck-off dragon going towards the 10 towns. So I think that being the heroes of Goodmead, as I've heard from you, that might be something you're looking to address first."
Wait, from us? Have we met before?
No, we haven't met before, but I've heard a lot about you as I've travelled through here, looking for stalwart adventurers to help me with a special project, I suppose you could call it.
Well, would we be in your debt? I mean, the simple fact is we need as quickly transport as we can. English fails me at this moment. But we need to be transported as quickly as possible to where this dragon currently is located. We're not really in a position to assist you with your issues.
I don't know what this English is you speak of, but yes, I did figure that you would not be willing to help out until you had perhaps dealt with the issues at hand.
Well, we're going to have to get an ABN or something, because we've just started up a mead business in the 10 towns, and now literally walked out the door, and you've got a proposition for us as well. We've got a lot going on. We need to maybe look at our books, but yes, the dragon is probably priority number one.
Indeed, indeed. Calm yourselves. I understand. You are adventurers after all. And adventurers, well, they are often heroes, aren't they? Look, I expect that you may not wish to hear my proposition now, so I will save it until you feel comfortable you have dealt with the issue at hand. However, as a show of good faith, I believe I can help you. Looks like you already have a sled. Were you intending to leave here and try to rake your way back to the 10 towns?
Well, yes, absolutely. That's, do we remember, where the dragon was currently? We still don't know.
We don't know yet.
Found it.
You don't know where the dragon is currently, but what I will say is you know that it's flight path. So if you work out roughly where it is at any point along there, you'll know where it has to go next.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perhaps maybe we could make for its second destination, and maybe we'll see it on the way, or...
That would be good, Mead.
At the very least, we could... at the very least, we could check on Goodmead.
I would like that. Have you been to the 10 towns recently? Vernacular? What's your name?
Vernacular, I think.
You may call me what you wish, I suppose, but, Valine.
Oh, well, that's good, because we will be calling you what we wish by the sounds.
Well, from what I've heard about your friend Horacio, he often likes to call people other names.
Yes, my reputation precedes me.
All your reputations precede you. You're quite famous now. Did you not know this?
We did, yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of inevitable.
And hence why I'm seeking you out. I believe you're the perfect partners. But, again, we will leave that to another time. If you're willing to accept some help, for free, you do not have to accept my offer later if you do not wish. However, I believe that you will. I believe it is in your interests.
Can you answer my question, please?
I'm sorry, dearie. How long have I haven't seen the 10 towns recently. I've been on quite the journey to find you out here in the mountains. I saw the dragon flying overhead. I can only imagine the destruction it might wreak.
You sound very casual about that. I'm very tired. I'm probably going to punch you if you're so casual about the destruction of the 10 towns.
I apologize, my dear. You do all look very tired.
So tired you wouldn't even begin to imagine, Valine.
Then perhaps you will accept my help, at least, to get back to the 10 towns and try to rescue it as quickly as possible. I am a somewhat accomplished wizard, as you may know from my familiar, some of you anyway. I could assist with some spells that would speed upon your progress, and I wouldn't mind lending one of my helpers. If you would let them drive the cart, you perhaps could rest in your cart as you go.
Okay, just up to this point, can I just do a quick analysis, try and get a read on her, on the situation? Does this seem like she's genuinely wanting to help us?
Yes, absolutely. So you also asked for an Arcana check, so I'll get you to do an Arcana check and an Insight check. Anyone else can do the Insight check they wish as well.
Oh, Arcana we can forget about. 4.
Okay. You didn't notice anything magical in the handshake with Wodun.
Okay, it was politely firm.
It was very firm, Wodun.
Strong woman.
Oh my god, 2 and a 4.
12 on insight.
12?
10.
10, okay.
I didn't roll.
Okay.
Me either.
Okay. As far as you can tell, she's genuine, that she's got some sort of thing that she wants to talk to you about, and that she understands that it would take too long right now to go into it and you're not in the right space. So, as far as you can tell, the offer for help is genuine. You can't sense any ulterior motives otherwise.
What are you getting a read on a Carnelian? What do you think?
I'm right here.
I mean,
Just sorry.
I mean, if we can get a proper nap in between now and the dragon, I definitely want that.
I definitely want to go with her, but I mean, she seems alright to me.
Roll a perception check, Horatio specifically.
Okay.
Valine, we're going to need your best man. I don't know
Oh dear, we're warming up, aren't we?
what they're used to, but we've got some pretty quality, high quality animals.
Oh yes, I can see. One of them's a bear, an owl bear. I hear that you apparently put a bag over its head at night.
How do you know all these weird things?
You've done some strange things in the 10 towns in the last few days, I would have to say. Word travels fast, and I thought these were the exact people I wanted to talk to. Now, let's get down a bit to business. Will your single cart be enough for all of you to rest at once? I have a couple of carts.
I suppose we might need more than one. Just a side note, that was a 10 on that perception check.
You don't see anything else untowards. There's three sleds. They've all got the other sleds that she wasn't on have two short cloaked figures that have the reins, and also in the sled that she was on has two figures that are huddled down in the main body of it as well.
Huddled down.
Like they're just sitting in the main body. Yeah.
These all your companions?
Oh yes, they are.
Okay.
Are they Duragar?
No. They're like your friend here. Oh,
Well, they're nesties.
Six. Just show your hood back. Come on, don't be shy. And one of the figures sort of like grumbles and pulls their hood back, revealing a kobold.
Whoa! Shock! Hello!
Hello. I'm Sticks. This is Stones. We're brothers.
Sticks and stones?
Yeah.
Alright.
Our mothers were very cruel. Same father, different mother. Don't ask.
I wasn't going to.
Geez, Sticks, that's pretty... Okay.
Looks like one's sort of like a light blue and the other one's trending more towards white as their scale colour, if that helps. For you?
Yes, brother from another mother, I see.
That's what we always say, yes.
Yes.
Yes, these are my companions. They help me out around the place.
Around a place?
Well, everywhere that I am is a place, really. Now, you're asking a lot of impertinent questions to the matter at hand. I assume there will be plenty of time to ask me more personal questions later when you're trying to delve into whether I'm deceiving you or not. But, right now, I do have something that can help. I'm happy to lend you one of my sleds, if you wish, with the accompanying dogs. And I have something special. Are you willing to take my assistance?
This special thing that you are offering,
Yes.
could this be considered a show of good faith?
Yes, absolutely.
Could it benefit our position currently?
Absolutely.
I'll take it.
Smart man! And she reaches back to a little pack on like sort of just around the small of her back, and she pulls out 3 scrolls that she opens up. Now, this is a little bit complicated and not your standard fare. Can you bring all of your pack animals, sled dogs together for me? It'll be very beneficial if they're all together. And, Sticks, you also need to grab the other 6 dogs as well. We're going to need to do both if this is going to work. Now, this is going to really hurt my highest level magics for the day, but I do believe it's worth it for you to be able to get where you're going.
Could you at least tell us what you're about to do?
Yes, sorry. I forget that you may be curious about these things. These scrolls contain the base magic for, I think it's called Longstrider. It's a spell that usually lasts a short period of time. However, I have developed a technique which allows me to extend the spell. It's a little unstable in terms of how long it will last, but it will definitely be longer than its default time. I think at least 8 hours or so. And I'm going to also use... and she pulls out another backpack on her hip as well. There's more, like, components, powders, magical... It's hard to do in the wind here, but can you just block that wind off a little bit? And, yes, a few extra components here and there, and I will need to consume 2 scrolls. Oh, maybe actually I'll need a third one. I don't have a third one. Okay, I will be sacrificing 2 spell slots then. I'm going to cast this on all of your pack animals, which will give them speed, of which you can then return to the 10 towns at a much faster rate than which you would normally have been able to achieve. It is a 1.5, maybe 2-day travel, at least to the nearest town, but with this you should be able to get there within about 8 hours, I believe.
Wow.
And if I lend one of my companions to help with the steering, you will be able to rest, and they know the way back, so they should be able to steer you to whichever destination you want to go. Like the best rideshare driver that you've ever seen. No talking, 5 stars, would ride again.
It's oddly specific. Well, what do we think, gang? I think we're a bit limited in our options here.
I think we don't have much to lose.
Yeah, definitely. We should go immediately.
Yes.
Yeah. Svieta, you... Yeah?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Okay, excellent. And once I cast this spell, you'll want to be able to get underway right away. So are you ready to go right now?
That's what immediately means.
Excellent. Good. Smart man. Very thorough. I will head towards Bryn Shander, and I'll meet you there. Is there a place you'd like me to find you?
Meet us at Good Meat? No.
Oh, I think it would be more pertinent for me to go to Bryn Shander, only because that's where I think the most defensible town is after everything. I don't know what the state of it, and I will be much slower than you will be as well, getting back.
It was the last stop of the dragon.
Oh.
What was Goodmead?
No, Bryn Shander.
Brynshanda.
Oh, right. Goodmead was the second stop, was it not?
It was. It's maybe not there anymore.
We have to try. It's where your home is, Svieta.
I
Yes,
know,
that's right.
We did send a warning, so hopefully they made the most of that.
Well, I think regardless, it's on the way. I think we should definitely go there first. And we can proceed from there, depending on the situation.
I will wait in Bryn Shander when you're finished. I won't go until then, but where should I meet you in Bryn Shander?
House of the Morning
Yes, House of the
Lord.
Morning Lord.
Ah! Excellent. Well, then I will meet you there when everything is finished, and you can listen to my proposal in full, and decide whether you do want to take me up on it or not.
Verlaine,
Again.
if I have to say immediately one more time...
Just wait, Wodun, wait.
Well, you do need to know where to meet me. Anyway, he is correct.
Sorry, but the House of the Morning Lord, so if you do make it there, give my regards to Lady Mashan. Thanks, Wodun. Mashan.
Of course, I will do so.
Yes.
Now, as Wodun says, immediately, and she starts making arcane gestures with her hands. The components and all the spell components start fizzing away into etherealness as they get used for these spells. And you can see she's reading in arcane glyphs. It sounds like Draconic, maybe, if anyone's used to that language.
Yes.
You can hear words of Draconic coming out as she's using this arcane spell. And it's almost like as she's talking, because she's almost double layered. It's almost like two people are talking at once, and both scrolls get consumed. And as she finishes the spell, a ethereal energy races forwards to all of your pack animals and the ones that you're borrowing and surrounds them, ready to go.
Nice.
Afterwards, she falls to one knee. Oh, that took quite a little bit out of me. I don't think I can cast 4th level spells for the rest of the day. But you best get on your way. I can find my way from here. I will see you at the other end.
Well, thank you, Verlaine. We hope to see you again.
I'm sure that you will. Farewell.
Goodbye.
Yeah. But I was like standing in the snow going,
So I can tell you that while this was happening, Sticks and Stones, like one of them got onto the second sled that she's led you, and one of them's already gotten in position on the first sled. So you guys can break up however you see fit, lie down in the sleds, and they can start taking you off.
I call shotgun with Sticks.
Well, who's in which sled?
Sticks.
Okay, Sticks has got your sled. Stones has got the borrowed sled.
I'll go on the one that Sveta's going on.
I'll go on Stones.
All right.
Alright, I guess I'm with Sticks.
Okay, so Carnelian, Horacio, and Svieta and Wodun, you take off. Now, you've got quite a while ahead of you. It may be a bit hard to sleep as you go, but you guys are dead tired and exhausted from such a long experience in the fortress. Is there anything you want to do as you head out?
Horatio will sort of turn to Carnelian and just look at him. Maybe a little too long. He's thinking a bit, and then he finally says, "Hey, that was pretty crazy back there, huh, Carnelian?"
Which part?
Yeah, exactly, right? Hey, listen. I've been thinking, right? Maybe I'm just exhausted, and I don't know, maybe I'm just talking nonsense, but I feel like I've been a little, how do I say it? A little, I suppose, offensive in my lack of understanding of the kobold race. And I think I've treated you with a little bit of disrespect. And I just wanted to, I suppose, offer an apology. Seeing Sticks and Stones as well, like, they seem like, great guys, and it just got me thinking of maybe more about kobolds, and, maybe I should try learning a bit more about you rather than just making assumptions. So, Apologies. And I'll just reach out a hand.
And Carnelian will, like, take a hand off of his instrument and shake back. Well, what would you like to know?
Well, I just want to set the record straight, okay? You live in caves, yes?
That's correct. Well, I live in a mine, but yes, it's essentially the same thing.
And do kobolds typically live underground? Is that...
Yes.
That's typical?
We have, the dark vision. Sunlight hurts our eyes.
Yeah, I saw that. Like, we've only seen real sunlight maybe once, I think, when we were up near Tourmaline, and I could tell you hated that. What about your family? Are they still around? Or?
Oh, yeah, like, big extended family. Like, not everybody, like, we all get, like, we come out of eggs, right? But
yes.
And all the eggs kind of, like, get put together, so it's, like, sometimes it just gets a bit jumbled up who's, like, parents, and we get, like, raised communally.
Oh, right.
But, like, it's very, like, close-knit. That doesn't mean we're, like, separate. We get, raised together, we do everything together, and it's all we're very communal.
I see. But you still know who your actual parents are, even though it's a very large community?
I mean, I could hazard a guess, but I know who raised me, but I'd have to, like, take a stab in the dark to say who exactly my parents would be.
I see. Sorry, I'm still thinking of the way human civilization works, how you're in small family groups. Your group, the family is the group, I suppose, with kobolds in the clutch.
Yeah, well, we have, like, a clan, and then the clan is, like, separated into, like, multiple smaller groups, but those smaller groups are still, like, 20, 30 people.
Were you close to your group?
Oh, absolutely. But I have a habit of going out and, like, exploring, which is why, part of the reason I come out to the 10 towns is because of this, I guess you'd call it a curiosity?
Well, I guess you've bitten off a little more than you expected, coming to Goodmead all those days ago. I think it's only been about 2 weeks.
Well, I certainly wasn't expected to get kidnapped by, Saramorphs.
No. Interesting. So you're looking forward to going back to your group?
Oh, eventually, yeah. I have lots of stories to tell, and with any luck, the 10 towns will be a less hostile place for kobolds once I'm done here.
Absolutely, and I must say you're doing a wonderful job of spreading goodwill and showing the people that kobolds are actually, a good race of people, and they should be treated equally and with respect. And for what it's worth, I vow to assist with your work and spreading the word.
Good. Well, it even means it's working. You came from an all-human settlement, didn't you?
I did.
It kind of shows. Why did you come up to the Dale specifically?
I was sent here on a task, I think.
Because just being given a task doesn't mean you have to accept.
Oh, no, Carnelian, there was a very good reason why I accepted. I want to gain more standing with the church. You see, I'm a very, very new recruit. And I guess I was sent up here more as a token gesture of assistance more than anything. You see, the church was very aware of the 10 towns' plight, but, being, for whatever reason, they showed very little interest in the 10 towns themselves. So they figured it was a good, I suppose, opportunity to send me up there as a token offering of assistance and maybe as a trial, so that I could, earn my standing in the church. I've only been a member for 6 months. I've been a surgeon for a lot longer than that. So you'll have to forgive me if, this whole Kellamvor, K-Dog, holy man thing, if it's, perhaps not, doesn't seem like it's my thing. I mean, the bottom line is, and Kellamvor's probably listening, but, the hell with it. I'm only doing this because I want the ability to prevent people from dying, okay?
Well, I'm still here, so you're doing a good job.
So, yes, initial signs are very promising. I seem to be developing abilities to... He just keeps going.
Take the compliment, take the compliment.
Sorry, yes. Thanks, yes. Sorry, I was just thinking about my healing, and it seems to be working. I mean, I was so frustrated as a surgeon, and these powers seem to be growing, and it's very promising. But, we've got our work cut out for us first before I can go back and start healing everyone.
Yeah, I just, wanted to draw attention to the time that you saved my life.
Oh, yes. Oh, of course, no worries at all.
All in a day's work?
All in a day's work.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, he saves people's lives for a living, so don't take it personally if you just dismiss him.
You're just a statistic.
Exactly.
You're just another life saved.
One more in the win column.
Chalk it up as another win. Another life. Maybe that's why Cannonball looks favourably on me. I would never dare to presume why, but... I mean, my life's work, it's my passion is surgery and medicine and trying to save lives. It's that passion that drove me to come out here.
Well, I don't know much about Callan, but kind of a human god.
Yeah, well, I can definitely tell you that he's real.
Of course, all the gods are real. You can shoot bolts of energy out of your hands. That you wouldn't be able to do that if it wasn't real.
That's a very good point. Yeah, you have to forgive me. I'm a man of science first and foremost, but this it's really opened my eyes. I'll definitely tell you that. Yeah, and opened my mind a little bit.
No reason why you can't treat magic like you treat science. You just have to learn the rules.
That's really profound, Carnelian. Maybe I'm still learning the rules. Who's to say?
And I think with that, we will also just see what's happening over in the other sled with Stone, with Wodun and Svieta.
As we are heading out, before we start to try and get some rest, Wodun wants to kind of try and get a feel for how Sveta's doing, and looking at her and seeing if she seems anxious or anything. Because thinking about the last couple of hours for Sveta, she has attacked and been attacked by the party, has done a heap of fighting, heap of killing, and now her home is possibly destroyed already by this shuttle and dragon. So Wodun wants to kind of see how if she's doing okay, and whether there's anything he can do for her. It's Sveta.
Hello.
Look, Stones is driving. He's driving Dotcliffe.
I know.
Funny little chaps, those kobolds.
I didn't even have to tell them to not worry about the kobolds.
Yeah,
That's good.
They just knew what they were doing.
Are you going to take off that rug, by the way? I don't want to take away from Stone, but you are wearing carpet.
I'm not wearing carpet. I'm wearing a very fancy Yeti rug.
Still a rug.
Well,
I mean,
I like it.
It's fine. It brings out your eyes.
Oh, thank you. Sveta, I just wanted to quickly check in and see if you're... don't take this the wrong way, but I wanted to see if you're doing all right. You, had a long day, and we kind of just had to attack you back there to, keep you from, I guess, hurting Horacio after you were, hexed or cursed or something.
Look, it's not been the best of days. And, I mean, I could ask you the same question, but I will answer yours first. I'm very stressed. When you were fighting me, and I was attacking Horacio, and I think someone else for a moment, some Durga, I almost felt like I deserved those hits for what I was doing. Yeah, even though I was fighting by your side before, and I don't know. I'm not okay.
Well, I don't think you deserve the hits at all. We didn't want to be doing that, and we just needed to stop you from whatever the curse was making you do.
Yeah, I mean...
You really had no control over it.
I felt like I could have at some points, like, broken free, but I was too weak still. And the crossbows and you hitting me, it was for the greater good, and I accept that, and I deserve it, and it's okay now. Horacio's still alive, and I was put to sleep, and you're all alive. And I don't know about the people in Goodmead, if they're still alive, all my friends.
You're talking about yourself like you're outside of the party, Svieta. You're one of us now, and...
Yes.
You need to stop thinking about yourself like that.
I still feel a bit confused. But I don't know, maybe I think of myself as like Otto, like a pet. But a friend still. I don't know, it's odd.
Well, maybe we can talk about this some more. If you're comfortable with that.
Of course, we should get stuff off our chest so long as Dawn's not listening.
Yes, Stone stinks. And Svieta, your home is at Goodmead, and there might be a dragon there, or maybe it's already been there. Are you? I'm sure it'll be fine though. We'll be able to. We'll get there before the dragon. We'll stop the attack, and maybe afterwards we can have some of that tea that you have that I really like.
Well, I did get that from Keg, so if there isn't destroyed, probably. But like I said, I'm fully prepared to suspect that Goodmead is gone, at the very least. But even when this is all said and done, I may just leave the 10 towns after this. See something else.
You know what? You should come and see Luskin.
Yeah?
We'll both go. As much as I like my Yeti rug, I do miss the sun and the warmth and the ocean.
And all the fish that come with it that isn't knucklehead.
Yes. Good seafood. Yes. Thank you, Svieta. Thank you for saying that. Oh my god.
Very welcome.
Yeah, let's go to Luskin.
Well, hang on. Luskin... I thought you weren't allowed to go back there because of the wizard man.
Ooh, yes. Good point.
Well, maybe Beefcliff is there.
Or we could go get Beefcliff.
Would Beefcliff still be in the 10 towns?
He's probably wherever the wizard is.
Oh, we should have asked the other wizard if they can locate other wizards.
Like a wizard network.
Yeah, like my slug can detect you guys. Maybe there's an underground network of wizards.
I'll check in Bryn Shander. When all this is over and we've beaten the dragon and everything's fine and we have some tea in our hands and our bellies.
Hopefully. Well, that's nice. Well, I keep a positive thought.
Always.
But are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Yep. Great. Doing great.
You sound like you're lying.
Nah.
Inside check.
Yeah, just go.
I really want to shift, but that's okay.
Well, do you have shifts left?
Yeah.
You could do that. Just like suddenly shift it.
No, I'm not going to be that hard into it. But I did get a 10.
Okay. Post roll, or are you just going to say what you think?
All right.
Please don't get a nat 20.
It got wedged, by the way, for those listening.
Stuck in my dice tower. That is a 22.
Whoa!
And my deception's not even as good now after my level up.
Give me that dice tower.
No,
Wade like a fiddle.
Thanks again, Wade. Yeah, he's fine.
I only ask because you've never once tried to snatch anything from us. Ever. When we went to the mines and we found gems and crystals and stuff, you never tried to take any of that. But as soon as we found gold, or the crown, or anything Shardalin related, you just pounced at it.
No, I didn't. I was just taking my cut of the profits.
We were going to pool it all together and distribute it? I think that's what was agreed upon.
I'm pretty sure I remember Horacio giving me that.
What, 350 gold pieces?
Yeah,
I only have $3 to my name.
Yeah, I mean, I found it, so he said that I could keep it.
But what about the crown?
Also mine.
No, I had it in my hand.
Nope, you had it in your magic.
Well, yeah, also
and
my
then
hand.
I had it in my hand.
I don't understand.
I mean, we're out on an adventure, and that's how it works. If you find something, it's yours forever.
I mean, we were going to sell some of it.
Yeah, well, you can sell your stuff, and I'll sell my stuff.
Why can't you have my crown? I was going
My
to sell
crown.
that.
Look, if you want your crown, my crown,
No,
you can have
no,
it.
you said it was my crown. Yes, I do want the crown.
You can't have your crown.
Fuck you.
I'll be watching you, Svieta.
I don't like it when people watch me sleep. That's me time.
Well, apparently this wizard's been watching us for a while now.
I know. She knew about the bag on Otto's head, and I'm pretty sure the only one that's witnessed that was Horatio.
Yeah, super weird.
Maybe.
Interjection point. I'm also pretty sure the stable boy had something to say about
Oh,
it.
she was a stable boy.
She's been collecting stories on you. It's like this random stable. Yeah, they came in here and put a bag on its head. What the fuck?
But you know what? I didn't take one thing. But maybe you can give me something.
Fine, you can have your stupid crown.
No. I need a finger. I left the Durgar up there, and I didn't take his finger, and I need another finger.
You can't have my finger.
Why not?
I'll get you a different one.
But I need a human finger.
But I need all of mine. I don't have any spares. I use them all.
I never see you use your pinky when you wield a hammer or any other weapon.
I used to use it when I had Beefcliff, but now that I don't have Beefcliff, I don't use my pinky as much, but still sometimes.
Lost Callan for a second.
Anyway, here's your crown. You can have it if it means so much to you. And he holds it out.
I grab the crown.
But he doesn't let go. He just is like gripping it, like you can see the veins like bulging on his hands, and he does not let it go.
I reckon you could overpower him.
Gonna also not let it go and try and take it from you with a strength check.
Alright, opposed strength checks, please.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm buff. Well, I've got 0 to my strength.
Yeah, but that's still better than the same thing.
Better than -1.
Yep.
Oh, no.
Alright.
We're so strong. I rolled an adjusted 0.
Okay.
I rolled a 3.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So, what happens is...
Give it!
Exactly.
Give me the crown!
So, both of you struggle back and forth with this crown for a bit. It's very clear that Wodun doesn't want to let go. And Svieta then just takes one big pull, and Wodun loses his grip and almost falls forward into the cart.
Grab his collar so he doesn't actually fall forward.
Yes. But you do take the crown from Wodun.
My crown.
Give me the crown.
Oh my god! Oh, how cute.
Thank you. Sorry, Svieta. I don't know where that came. Sorry. I was just kidding, right? And I put it back in my bag.
No. Actually, no, give you your whole bag.
No.
What is this? What is going on?
I'm tired, Svieta. I'm going to bed.
I'll watch you.
Do it. And he cuddles up his bag really tight and rolls over.
I'd like to tune into a different network.
Sure. Go for it. Which network are you tuning into?
I'll tune into Horatio for some medical advice.
So are you lying down or are you sitting up still?
I'm just watching Wodun.
I'll say that you...
You see him like peeping.
I'll say that just for convenience, she's just sort of lying down, but you're facing Wodun, who's turned the other way with his bag.
Yeah, like Jeff Goldblum in Jurassic Park.
Exactly.
Like that kind of place.
And you concentrate, and the world around you gets that little grayscale tinge to it, and the little worm on your head starts vibrating. You hear the thoughts of all the people around you just passing. Sticks and stones, their thoughts drifting in and out of your consciousness. The cat channel loudly playing in the background.
Tune that out.
As you tune that out, and you even catch maybe bits that could be Wodun, and you tune into Horacio.
Horatio, are you still awake? It's me, Svieta.
Maybe they live they do live in nests.
Oh, what? Svieta?
Hi.
Hello?
Still
Yes.
on nests?
Hello?
Hey. Does he live in a nest?
No, they grow up in communities. We had a really nice discussion. I expressed regret and I apologized for treating him with such disrespect. I think we've really turned a new page. How did you guys go?
Oh, that's really nice to hear. Not so much with Wodun.
What happened?
So, okay, we got to talking about things and stuff.
Oh,
You
yes,
know.
the stuff and the things.
Yeah,
yes.
It was really nice. He was very concerned for me. When you guys... not you weren't beating me up, but they were, and he apologized, and that was really nice.
Look, for the record, you weren't in control of yourself.
No,
Don't blame yourself. It was powerful magic.
but I do appreciate you not hitting me. It didn't go unnoticed, trust me.
I know it wasn't you in there.
Yeah. I did have a question, though. It's more of a medical one, less personal. Not about me, about Wodun.
Yes?
So, I don't know if you've noticed, he tried to steal everything from us.
Well, yes, of course, I've definitely noticed, yes.
Yeah, he had the voice change just before. I don't know, it sounded quite deep. Has he ever spoken to you in a different voice when you guys were bunking?
No, he hasn't. Yeah, I definitely noticed it, and I tried, bringing up the subject in passing while we were still in the fortress. He wasn't very forthcoming, and now that clearly he's been pushed a little harder, as you say, something has come out as a result. I was thinking of doing something, but now that you've had this encounter, I think we need to do this.
What did you have in mind?
So, by the grace of Callan, I have the ability to, I suppose, compel people to speak the truth.
Really?
So, it does raise a moral question. I have to be honest. Do we force our companion to tell us the truth, even if we've asked him on multiple occasions? Do we even think this is our companion anymore?
I'd like to think he's still in there, like I was when I was attacking you. I wasn't thinking about the morals, but now that you say so, it would be a breach of trust if you just cast another spell on us.
To force him to speak
Any
it?
spell on us.
On us, yeah. Yes, that is true, but... Well, I think we need to also consider that maybe he's under the influence of something and is out of his control. Maybe this would assist him in, facing it, at the very least facing it.
Do you think it's Makul, or it might be something else from the castle?
I think it's entirely possible it's Markle, but it could also be some influence from the fortress. Perhaps this spell might help us learn something about it, so that we might be able to do something about it.
Well, if you do decide to cast anything on him, you have my full support. And I might have to restrain him if that's the case. Because he seemed like he wanted to attack me before. But he's okay now. He's just being a big baby and sleeping now.
Goodness. You mean he got aggressive and violent?
Well, not violent, but he was very standoffish and yelling. Wasn't like Wodun at all.
Not at all. He's very happy-go-lucky normally.
Almost in a ditzy way.
Yeah, I think he knows more than he lets on. But certainly something has happened, and not for the better. I think we owe it to him.
Yes.
to try and look into it a bit further.
Yeah, however we can. Before I go, because I would suspect you're going to sleep, are you okay? I'm sorry that I attacked you. I know you said it wasn't me, but I felt a little bit that was me, and I just wanted to say sorry.
Oh, apology accepted, and I understand. I would probably feel the same. I mean, if I was in that position, and even though you're not in control, you can't help but feel guilt. But don't be bothered by it. Nobody blames you for it. You were under the influence of a very powerful spell.
That's right. I will have the crossbow bolts and the stabs as a penance of what was done, and I'll try to be stronger next time.
Why on earth would you punish yourself for something that was out of your control?
Because I should have been stronger.
I mean, it's easy for all of us to say we should be stronger, but I mean, look at what you've achieved so far.
Yeah, it's true. No, room for improvement and a reminder that I can do better.
We can all do better, Svieta. But don't lose sight on what we've done. Don't focus on what we haven't done. Focus on what we've achieved. It's been a very, very long 2 weeks.
Oh, it has been 2 weeks. Far out.
I feel like sometimes I barely know you guys. But then at other times I feel like we're travel companions from way back.
Yeah, like we've known each other for years.
It's a bizarre dynamic. I've never known a group of people in this way.
Well, let's all survive this so we can know each other for a bit longer. We've been invited to, well, I'm sure the invite is for everyone to Luskin, maybe. But I want to see also the Lusk. Maybe not the caves, but the Lusk as well.
Oh, yes. I'd love to take you all back to Dulusk. It's a fair way from here, but, you know, we stop at Luskin on the way.
Yeah.
That's a lot closer. We can certainly start there. I miss the lake. I miss Jeffrey.
I thought Jeffrey was dead.
He is.
Oh, sorry. Just think of how he looked like. I may be able to transform into him, remember?
I would really prefer that you did not do that.
Okay. Alright. Maybe.
Waking up one day and you see your dead pet. And you're like,
Hey.
what? Jeffrey? It's just like, no, it's just me, Svieta. You're like, ah!
Maybe that was only a good idea, Crunk.
I appreciate the sentiment, but he lives on in my memories, and I think that's the best place for him now.
Okay, I know what? I'm not going to apologize anymore. I'm going to go to sleep.
Me too. Good chat, Svieta.
Good chat. Thank you, Horacio.
As the psychic connection breaks and the world returns to its normal colour, the cat channel fades into the distance, and you can see now that it has gotten quite late. The sun is low. I mean, it's always dark here, but now you're definitely getting into the evening. And you all, knowing that you've got sticks and stones doing the driving duty and looking out, you all get to sleep. Over the course of the night, if you look out, you can see the dark landscape passing by much quicker than you're used to. The shapes moving at such a speed that it's hard to catch details of anything. And if you happen to wake up at any point at around midnight, of course, the nightly aurora lights the sky up in this brilliant green, blue, and purple shimmering light. Eventually, though, it starts becoming brighter as the morning sun, at least somewhere behind the mist or the fog, starts rising in the east. And as you guys are starting to wake up, for a start, you can take the full 8-hour rest on your sheet, which also means that your level up takes full effect.
Feels good to have slots, man. I think it's been, like, in terms of real life, like months. I don't think I've had spell slots since before the Fortress, certainly. I think I've had maybe one or two at the start. I think I burnt them pretty early.
You used a lot of spell slots in the initial fight with
the cupboard.
The Duragar monster closet. There was a little bit used in the poison room, and then you used pretty much a lot of your remaining ones in that armor fight.
Actually, yeah, you're right. I did burn them up pretty heavily in the Fortress early on.
Yes. Well, I mean, when you say early on, that was still like a good exploration in. So you guys have done a whole... I would like to say, for the record, and I want this to be on tape, you guys did a really good job of trying to push the limits of your characters right to the edge. I think a lot of people would have, tried to rest at an 8-hour, or even tried to take more short rests. But you know that every hour you take is going to potentially cost lives.
Yeah.
So, to that end, I can also tell you what you did and how you've done it has changed the outcome of what's happened here. So as we move forward, I want you guys to know that.
Can we have an inspiration point?
Please.
And thank you for reminding me. This was something that I was going to give you for the excellent roleplay just now, and also for the ones in the last couple episodes. Anyone who doesn't have inspiration can now mark it on their sheet.
Yay. Thank you.
Oh, I'll do it too. Sweet.
Yeah.
No.
Why
No.
Well, we're not clear.
So
Being
just,
within range.
Is Wodun actually going to be using that wand of web?
You don't know.
All right.
Could ask the
I'm
boss.
gonna take it off for now.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah, good luck, mate.
So, the sun is beginning to rise, and as you guys start waking up, moving around, make preparations sort of before, you pop your heads out, and you can see the landscape starting to take a bit more shape. And Sticks and Stones then calls to all of you and lets you know, we're approaching the Red Waters. We're going to skirt the edge where it's still ice. We should go past Duggan's Hole onto Goodmead. Shouting out over the wind. Unless there's anywhere else you want us to take you. And then you just hear them like, Nash, mash, ah!
I think Goodmead's great, Sticks, and I just want to say, shit.
What's that? I'm trying to control dogs!
Yeah, just keep looking forward, just listen.
Alright!
I think you're a wonderful person, and I think you are treated unfairly.
Well, that's very progressive of you, human.
Yeah, I guess you could say I've had a very progressive sleigh ride.
He's getting better.
If you say so!
No. He's getting better.
I'll take your word for it for sure. You're a good human in my book.
Oh, Sticks, you killed me.
I hope not. I'm sure you'll need it elsewhere.
Yeah.
Now that we're around the mountain, is the dragon visible on the horizon?
Okay, so do a perception check.
Yeah.
Can I also?
Yeah.
Sure can.
Nice.
Anyone
That
else?
is
What are you looking at,
Baby.
Carnelian? Oh, yeah, shit.
25.
25, okay.
Actually, you got a really good look, don't worry.
That's all
What are
right.
you looking at, Carnelian?
That's a heck of a look, I can tell.
I got a 16.
16,
Dirty 20.
30, 20. Okay. I mean, one of the things that is very evident as you wake up and look around is that the early morning fog is definitely heavy right now. So, seeing very far in the distance is difficult. However, with your 25 and your big floppy ears, you do kind of hear maybe strangish sounds as you start approaching the Red Waters and you hit the ice, right? And you're starting to skirt along where it's still very thick. You think you hear almost like a distant rumble of thunder, but it's not, you don't hear the crack that you would normally expect. Possibly off towards the northeast, somewhere.
Do you hear that?
No?
No.
It's like a giant bird.
That's probably all it is. I think it's fine.
Like, are we talking, like, giant bird made of Shardlin?
yeah, a giant bird made out of Shardlin. Yeah, northeast.
Double time, Dogcliff.
Well, how's Goodmead? I mean, we're here. How does it look?
Well, you're not quite at Goodmead yet.
Oh.
So what I will say is you start curving down across the Red Waters here where it sort of turns into a lake. And the first thing you pass is Duggan's Hole. Here, if you all open up your sort of canopies and look out, you're starting to skirt the shoreline and Duggan's Hole almost looms out of the mist. And already it is a horrible sight. You can see burnt timber where the dock extended out into the lake itself. Destroyed houses everywhere. You see bodies here. A quick count, maybe 24 bodies strewn about either the town or out in the lake itself. And the only things that seem standing at this stage are 20 stones on the hill in the back towards the back of town. Ones that you passed coming out this way initially. Some sort of ancient site that still managed to weather the storm of this Charlatan dragon.
Man, we threw this place under the bus.
They had it coming. They didn't let us in.
They did point a bunch of crossbows at us, but I feel like that's not proportionate.
No, you're right, Carnelian. I apologize. You're always right.
He's wrong. They were very bad people.
Svieta.
Anyone who wants to make me a survival check.
Yes.
Yep.
Nobody deserves such a cruel fate, even the baddies.
What kind of check?
Survival.
My goodness.
Oh my god.
17.
17.
Another dirty 20.
Look at you.
6.
6.
8.
8. Okay, so perhaps because the stone sled is closer to the shoreline than the stick sled, Wodun and Svieta get a little bit better view of the town, a little bit closer up. You do see a number of bodies that are unfortunately strewn about. But as you approach the northern side of town, what you do see leading just off the main road, not on the road itself, looks like indents, maybe footprints in the deep, fresh snow. Perhaps some people did make it out. Looks like they were heading north.
Don't know where else they'd go.
It's the north. Maybe
What
they
is it,
went
guys?
to...
You're looking very intently at something that I can't see.
It looks like some people made it out. Wait, how close are our sleds?
Just here. I mean, you could also do the network of psychic
Oh, here,
minds.
let
but
me link you up.
Just want to confirm, have we gotten out of the sleds for this?
No.
Or are we just... Is this us? Yeah.
unless you tell them to stop, they're going to keep going.
Cool.
So, I mean, you could just shout across if you want to, Andy. It's up to Wodun.
It looks like some people made it out.
Some of them made it out.
Yep.
We want to follow it.
Nope.
Yeah, that's
Got
what
a
I...
dragon. Dragon to stop.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, we keep going then.
Come on.
We keep going! Yeah! The carts pull forward as the kobolds urge them further and further along the lake. You're now speeding extremely quickly along the shoreline, and after maybe 30 minutes or so, you start approaching what you know must now be good mead. The sleds now leave the shoreline and on a little inopportune bank and hit the road. It's very close to the shoreline, and now you're following the road. And as you approach, another sight does unfold before you as the mist starts to clear. It looks like structures here are burnt almost thoroughly to the ground. The shrine where Kendrick was sitting at his funeral looks to be completely destroyed. The only thing that appears to be still standing in this place is the mead hall. Everything else has been leveled. Is there anything you guys want to do before I continue?
Svieta would just have, just a tear.
I'm speechless.
Wodun puts his arm around Svieta.
Carnelian?
We should check tracks, see if anybody survived. I imagine they would have.
Just, Carnelian, just a bit of... We need to remember, this is Svieta and Wodun's home. Right, so we may need to take the lead here. We need to remind them to stay focused, stay on track, okay? Could you imagine your cave being collapsed while some of your clan members were still inside? Maybe not that bad, but it must be weighing heavily on their minds. So we need to support them, okay?
Yes.
Your two sleds start now pulling towards the center of town. Familiar sights still in the structures that you can see where things once stood, and only the mead hall, as I said, lies on your horizon. You all get out?
Yes, I will get out.
Six and Stones brings the dogs to heel, and you are able to get out from the sleds. What would you like to do?
Carnelian has a spell he'd like to cast first.
Sure.
This spell takes 10 minutes to cast, so feel free to do something while he is preparing for it. But he's going to jump out, and he's going to move over towards like a forested area, and he's going to start like prepping his ritual.
Okay, so immediately Carnelian begins casting a spell. Horatio, what are you doing?
I'm hopping out, obviously, but I'm watching Svieta and Wodun.
Okay. Wodun.
Wodun is going to maybe head over to Horatio and say, Horatio, can you look after Svieta? I'm going to go check the mead hall, see if there are any survivors.
Of course. Are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
All right, well, be safe. We'll be with you shortly.
All right. And can I jump on one of the... How far is the mead hall?
It's quite close to where you are in the centre of
Okay.
town, so you can. It's like a very short walk right now.
All right.
for you.
Well, I'll like run it.
Start heading that way.
Yeah.
Svieta, what would you like to do at the same time?
Get off the cart and head, rush to my house.
Okay, so you start heading what you know is going to be your house.
I give chase.
Okay. So you've sort of split up a little bit. I'm going to, just so you have a reminder, I'm going to move us over to the Goodmead map. As I said, you sort of came into the centre of town, and when I say that, it means you're close to where the mead hall is, and in between the mead hall and the Shrine of the Flaming Sword. That's where you guys stopped off. So Wodun is headed just across the road, basically, to the mead hall, and Svieta takes off running the street that lies to your north, because your house is pretty much right at the edge of town. I can actually see it marked on the map as well.
All right. Did we come in from... So we came in from
You
the southwest?
Came in from the southwest,
Okay.
correct. And you went into there's sort of a split in the road.
Yeah.
And you went on the right-hand side, because that's more central to town.
Yeah, and we sort of just kept rushing down the main road.
Correct,
Towards Sveta's house.
Yes, so you both have taken off at a run towards Sveta's house. And Carnelian, you said you're going to be near... There's this sort of central set of...
wooded area.
Although, for the most part, it is not looking too hot.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of wood to be had in this place. But that is probably the closest sort of wooded area.
All right.
Your spell?
So, Carnelian is going to be casting Find Steed.
Hey!
Now,
Hello.
Find Steed is normally a paladin spell, but
It's a good paladin
You and your
arcane
secrets.
Them secrets coming out.
And so, after Carnelian spends 10 minutes probably playing his violin, what is going to appear is a giant marten. Now, a marten is kind of like a weasel, except
Yep.
in this case, this is a yellow-breasted pine. It is a yellow-breasted pine marten, which is a northern Arctic region of marten.
Excellent.
Now, this one in particular, I'm going to be calling Chucky.
Yeah, buddy.
Chucky. I've got a chocolate-covered
Oh,
pouch.
that's in there.
yeah.
Special for someone.
Zimma was doing his homework. I was watching him search for
Yeah.
pine marten.
Yes.
I've got a picture. I've got a picture
Yeah, I
of it
know.
that I can throw into the into our Discord at a later point. But
They're very cute.
Yeah.
Oh, they are very cute.
He's been telling me about this for a month or so now.
so this Martin is more intelligent than the normal, and he can understand common. More importantly, though, I have a telepathic bond with him. And he is going to be using the statistics of a giant weasel.
Okay.
Chucky.
Oh, little
So
cutie.
does he sort of appear out of the woods? Is that what your idea
so
is? Yeah.
he's not like he's like a fey spirit that's taken the
Okay.
form of this Martin.
So what I'll
So
say,
cool.
you start playing, and you've got this 10-minute performance ritual spell. And towards the end of it, as the last note rings out from your violin, from behind a tree stump, this really big, actually, it's not little, this marten about the size of... They're about the size of a dog, I think, at this point. Or a big dog.
It is about the size of a mastiff. Yes.
Mastiff, yeah.
That's a big ass marten.
Stands up from this giant tree trunk, and you can see there's a little bit of singed fur. You know, there's just a little bit of, like, it looks at you curiously. But already, you know that you're going to be inseparable as he bounds... She? He bounds towards you. At the same time, Wodun, you reach the mead hall, and you kick the doors in, I guess?
Yep.
You kick the doors in, and you start... What do you start doing?
I just run in and see if I can see anyone, hear anyone. I start yelling out.
the meat hall is dark, and the normal buzzing activity seems to be very low for the bees that are possibly in this area. But you don't see anyone. You start, I'm just going to say this happens in 10 minutes, you start searching the place top to bottom. No one appears to be around. And eventually, you're sort of forced to give up when you can't find anyone. Svieta and Horatio, you've raced towards Sveta's place.
Just for clarity, sorry, I just want to, because I think it might be important. I think Horacio's following Svieta, but he's not sprinting to keep up with her. He knows where she's going, so she will get there first, and then he will catch up shortly after.
Then Horatio, give me a perception check.
Okay. Perception 22.
22.
Oh, nice.
One of the things you notice as you're running, and maybe this is what causes you to slow down as you're following Svieta, is you don't see any bodies at all. Whereas in Duggan's Hole you saw bodies strewn about. There's nothing here. And that thought occurs to you as you try to catch up with Svieta. Svieta, you make it to your house only to find basically the bare foundations of your once home. And you're watching, you're sort of stopped in that place, staring at the place that, is very personal to you. And you look up. As you do, you can see the very edge of the forest that bounds Goodmead, where you guys chased the Verbeeg into. And you start seeing movement between the trees. So you stand there for a moment. You see a head peek out from the side. Someone you recognize. And then another. And then another. And then as Horatio arrives behind you, you see villagers from Goodmead start emerging from the forest. Looks like the bird got there in time.
Yeah.
But realistically, we'll have to find out. Next week on Reflex Save.
Goodmead.
Oh, the meat bird
Saved them. Everyone.
You saved the town.
I'm really glad I didn't barbecue as soon as on side.
I don't think he can hear us.
Fine, it's okay.
He didn't react.
Maybe the wind took that away.
Eliane said that if I said anything, I wouldn't get
Shut
5
up, Stone.
stars.
4 stars. You've gone down to 4.
Damn it.
Hey there, adventurer! Get ready to embark on an epic journey with Mythcraft RPG. Mythcraft is the ultimate TTRPG system and universe brought to you by the Homebrew Network in partnership with Quasi-Real Publishing. With one of the most robust character creation systems on the market, you'll have the power to design and play your dream character in a huge, narratively rich universe. Choose from 14 lineages, 11 classes, countless occupations and profession options, and a ton of talents. Discover endless, intriguing, and unique combinations to create your perfect hero. And the best part? You'll get a new option for your character with a new talent point every level. Mythcraft needs your support to make this happen. Check out the Kickstarter at mythcraftrpg.com and get ready to embark on the adventure of a lifetime. Mythcraft RPG Kickstarter is open until April 19th, and you won't want to miss out on this thrilling journey. Let's do this! That's mythcraftrpg.com.